I've been a huge fan of Vevox. I helped embed the product with a number of their sites, starting off with using the polls and Q&A function at conferences, town halls and events. So comms is really critical in that aspect, and I think it's often overlooked by companies.
Hi Paul, nice to meet you. Thanks for speaking with me today. First of all, I think it'd be really good to hear a bit about yourself, your role at the Comms Guru and the service that Comms Guru provides.
Yeah, sure. So I'm the founder and MD here at the Comms Guru and also the lead consultant. I've been operating for nearly 10 years now as an internal comms consultancy company, but I set up the Comms Guru brand at the very start of the pandemic. This was to help companies access resources, knowledge and skills to help reach their audience and engage with them during that quite difficult time. It was during that time that we grew into an agency model, so that I now have a team of comms gurus who I work with, provide products and services in the internal and external comms space.
Amazing. So you mentioned it briefly there, but who typically will you be working with and what sort of sectors?
So we don't really have a typical customer, really. We work with both small, local, medium and large global companies as well. And we work across multiple sectors. So we've got clients in financial services, energy, retail, academic, manufacturing and pharmaceuticals. I'd say the one thing that is common with them all is that challenge of communicating, engaging messages and embedding their strategy with their people. So that's like the common thread, really.
Definitely. And so just in general about comms, why do you think it's so important to have good comms?
I think without good comms, people don't know what they're doing, or why they're doing it. So comms is really critical in that aspect. And I think it's often overlooked by companies. You know, they might have one admin person or it's with HR, or maybe they think the internet solves all problems and it's IT. I've got into many companies where they have one person who does multiple things and comms is an add-on to their job. So yeah, the people who take it seriously and have a comms team or need support from people like us, they're the people that really get their messages across and understood well.
For sure, yeah. So moving on then to the partnership with Vevox. How did this partnership come about and what's the partnership going to look like in terms of what both are going to get from each other?
Yeah, sure. So I've been a huge fan of Vevox since I began using it with one of our larger clients, GSK. So I was like a champion for them in that respect. I helped embed the product with a number of their sites, starting off with using the polls and Q&A function at conferences, town halls and events. And a number of their sites now actually use Vevox on a daily basis, part of their comms strategy for getting that anonymity kind of Q&A from people. I think that's a really strong part of your product that I really like. Helps build trust with people, that they can ask whatever question they want without fear of, looking bad or, saying what everyone's thinking in the room. And that really helps when the senior leadership team actually answer those questions and they get the elephant out of the room, so to speak. The partnership we now have with Vevox, for me, feels very natural. It's a natural fit. We're all about bringing engaging digital channels to companies. And we introduce Vevox to a lot of our clients already, just as a really good kind of add-on tool to their current suite.
Amazing. No, it sounds really good and definitely a partnership that sounds fruitful for both. Amazing. That's all my questions, Paul. Thanks so much for giving me some brilliant answers. And nice to meet you. And I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Yeah. Cheers, Sam.